Communication is
changing.
Communication is essential.
Communication is vital to any relationship. Not just like a boyfriend-girlfriend, just any relationship. And it's crucial for living. Unless you're a Mayan.
Finish this sentence. Technology is
Useful.
Consuming.
Positive and negative.
How many hours a day do you spend on social networking sites?
I'd say 2 hours. Just on Facebook though, I don't really do anything else.
Too many hours. I probably spend like only Facebook. Like I probably spend like collectively 2 or 3 hours. Facebook, it's hard to tell because I'm usually going back and forth between writing a paper and then going to Facebook and going back.
Whenever I have internet access, I always have Facebook open as a tab. So probably a lot. But then again, there are some days where I don't go on Facebook at all. It just depends on if I have my computer.
I would say texting is both a gift and a curse. Like I said, like it has limited our ability to communicate, and it's definitely changed the way we write, like how we take into account how we write to people, like ordinarily how we email and like all these different forms of communication. Like I feel like texting has made an indelible mark on like all other forms of the way we communicate, and there's definitely more of a stress on like trying to emphasize tone, putting smiley faces after every sentence so that people know what's going on, but then it also it's easy to lie that way.
I always feel like I can understand people's texts, even though it's like said you can't fully understand what someone's saying through a text. And I like to think that I convey exactly how I'm saying it, like a smiley face or a winky face or something. But, I mean, it's better to talk to people in person.
It's like when you have a country and it undergoes a political revolution, you had the old regime, the revolution, and then the new regime. But just because you had that revolution, all this new technology being introduced, it doesn't necessarily mean that the country as a whole falls apart. It just changes, sometimes for the good and sometimes for the bad. But it doesn't necessarily mean everything's going to fall apart. It's just being different than it was before.
We'll just adapt to whatever new things come our way. Like I'm sure people thought the same thing when the telephone came out. So like people adjust. It's not going to be the same as it is now, but I can't say that it will be better or worse.
I think it's evolving and it's changing the way we communicate, but I don't think it's necessarily a breakdown.
So I feel like if we are taught the value of communication and face-to-face personal communication, then that can counter any sort of breakdown due to technology.
Gotta turn it off. Gotta turn it